Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I am Reverend Wendy, and you have arrived at the Sowing Seeds of Peace, a 5-day inner peace immersion. And I'm so happy to be with you. It's going to be a really lively and beautiful interaction, and it is interactive. So please feel free in the right hand on your comments section. Just let me know where you're here from. Just give me a comment. Say, where are you streaming in from, and who are you? Because the beauty of this is that I get to be with you, but I don't necessarily see you. So if you can, in your comments, say your name and where you're from, that would be really helpful for me. And I'm so glad that you're here. This is a topic that's very near and dear to my heart. And you're going to see me moving around. You might see me shuffling. You might hear me shuffling some things, but I am totally present with you. And my sincerest intention is to also hot seat somebody if we have time. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the inner peace immersion. And why do I talk about inner peace? Because if you are a love activist, which is often what I believe moms are, if you're somebody who has said yes, hi, hi, should I? If you are somebody who has said yes to being a parent or a mentor, if you are someone who is actively engaged in some form of social justice or activism, inner peace is essential. And I know for me, as a mom and somebody who has been engaged in activism and social justice, that it is essential for me to come from a place of, I have two favorite words which you will hear over these next 5 days, and they are in equanimity and equipoise. Very, very important for you to have that. Now, why am I here? And what makes me uniquely qualified to be offering these teachings to you? So, again, I am Reverend Wendy Silvers, and mostly what makes me qualified to be here is that I'm a mom. That's like my number one thing. But beyond that, I am somebody who has been helping soul centered moms awaken spiritually, raise healthy kids, and leave a meaningful legacy. I am a trauma informed, excuse me, nonviolent parenting educator. I've been working with moms and families and kids for over 23 years. I have a 22-year-old daughter. I am also a licensed minister and a spiritual therapist. So I have been really steeped in brain science and emotional, mental, spiritual, psychological uh, therapy. I am a hypnotherapist. I am a psychic medium. I am somebody who spends a lot of time delving into the emotional, spiritual connections. And I don't deal with pathology. That's not my neighborhood. I don't want to go there, but I really know that each and every person, that whoever is here with us this morning, I know Shaddai is with us, and I know Shaddai. I don't know who else is here, but I would love to hear in the comment box who you are, where you're streaming in from. It just helps to connect with each other, to have you here with me and to know who you are. Why are you here? I'm here because I care very deeply about the power of the mother, and I care very deeply about helping people make peace with their past so that they can be the woman and mother that they yearn to be. I came from a family where there was a lot of trauma, and so I made a commitment uh, that I was going to rewire my brain. I was going to absolutely heal and leave behind that which no longer serves me so that I'm fully present to be the mom and the wife and the woman and the friend and the teacher and the coach that I can be. So I bring to you decades of of training and inner work and outer work to help you fully embrace who you are here to be. I have an interesting past. So I got into okay, thanks, Beverly. I got into the entertainment industry when I was a month shy of my 21st birthday. And I stayed in that industry until I was in my mid 30s. And I learned a ton. I learned a ton about human nature. I learned a ton, welcome. I learned a ton about creating narratives. I learned a ton about helping people to promote themselves and to activate their highest potential. The three topics that I've always been enthralled with since I can remember very naturally was spirituality. The other was your human potential, and the other was entertainment. So I think more so it's about creativity. And so it's really important to me that each and every person has an opportunity to explore themselves, to explore and express their creativity, to absolutely know who they are in their essential nature, and then to help their kids do the same. Because the last thing a child needs is to be told how to think, what to think, and how to be. Children come into this world, there's nurture versus nature. I believe it's both. I believe each and all of us come into this world with a curriculum, with desires on our hearts, but we are open and available. We are open and available to receiving love and truth, and that who our parents are can influence and imprint us, but each and all of us have the opportunity to reclaim our essential selves and to express who we are. And that as parents get out of the way, we have the opportunity to be more of ourselves. So you are in the right place if you wish to release that which no longer serves you, to have a peek into what is running you, and to receive daily tools so that you can begin right after this ends in a few moments, what after this ends, for you to really adapt and integrate some new tools. So this is the the 5-day inner peace immersion. So each day I'm going to drop some pearls for you to string together and implement right after we go off air. Today is P for pause. So you should have gotten a handbook. Did everyone get a handbook? Just in the comments, let me know. Did you download your handbook? Just let me know. You could put a yes in the chat or no, or I'm in the process of downloading, whatever works. Just let me know in the chat. You didn't see it. So if you go back into your email that you received your confirmation, there should be a link. Click that and you'll download your workbook for this 5-day journey. Yes, of course you did, Shaddai. Wonderful. Okay, so what I want to speak to you today is the power of the pause. So as I explained, I have been immersed in spiritual practice. Really, I've been on a spiritual journey since I'm conscious. And everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey, you could just be coming to your journey now. You could be somebody who's dabbled. You could be somebody who's immersed. You could be a veteran. But what I know is the power of the pause. So what does that look like? So it could be walking in nature. I know Shaddai has a very strong, good, Beverly. I know that Shaddai has a very strong connection to nature. It could be hiking. It could be sitting. I have a very a very committed meditation practice. So I literally go to my meditation chair and I sit down and I do 20 minutes of sitting. The power of the pause, right? The opportunity to reset your nervous system. Why is that important? Because your brain is such an essential part of having a regulated nervous system. How many people here have had those moments where I call, that knee jerk reaction? Somebody says something, you're flooded, you're ready to go, right? Remember in the 90s, they used to talk about, I'm going to throw down, right? You're ready to go. Usually that happens because your brain becomes dysregulated, and your brain and nervous system are completely connected. So when you have a dysregulated brain, I like to say your brain is flooded. So write that down, flooded. When you feel flooded, you don't have access to the higher aspect of your brain. So is there's your brain is whole, but there's three aspects to your brain. So I'm going to invite you to use your hand, your dominant hand. And so this is your brain stem, and this is regulates basic functioning, right? The functioning, breathing, going to the bathroom, tells you when you're hungry. Your midbrain, the limbic, right? The limbic area of your brain is where your amygdala is. So this is like the alarm. So this is the prefrontal cortex, the higher reasoning, the executive aspect of your brain. So if you put your amygdala in here and you fold over your fingers, right? So you see, so this is a very oversimplification of your brain. So now something happens, you get triggered, your alarm goes off, and you flip your lid. Your amygdala, your nervous system is dysregulated. So you can't access the higher reasoning aspect of your brain. So if you've experienced any trauma to any greater or lesser degree, you're probably, if you haven't done this work, and even when you do, you're probably very familiar with that cortisol pumping, and you flip your lid. You react, you have a trauma response, and that can look like confusion. It can look like anger. Sometimes when you don't express your anger, it looks like rage. You can't really think. Your breathing is shallow. You're in reaction. The bear is chasing you, or maybe the tiger, and you are in complete survival. So the power of the pause. So there can be, what I teach is regulated breathing. So you breathe in. Let's do it together, okay? You breathe in for 7. You hold for 7. Now I add a little aspect to this. You draw in some more air. You hold that. And then you very slowly, to the count of 7, and sometimes I add 8, you slowly exhale, and with the last bit of your breath, you imagine you're pressing your navel against your spine. Now, when you do this systematic breathing, the higher part of the aspect of your brain, the executive function, begins to come back. This is so helpful to also do with your children, because when they get flooded, they don't know what to do. They need a regulated adult to help them come back to a sense of homeostasis, a sense of equanimity. When you flip your lid, it's impossible for you to help your child. It's impossible for you to reach for a higher reasoning. I'll give you another example. So people that might have very unhealthy relationship with alcohol or drugs, there's something called a blackout. There's also something called a brownout. We're not going to talk about that today, but there's a blackout. What that means is they don't remember what they've done when they are overloaded with either alcohol or drugs or rage, right? So there's a blackout. There's not this remembering of what they've said, what they've done. There's a slight remembering. So when you do this breathing sequence, it allows this higher reasoning, the higher functioning part of your brain to come back online. It's always there. The three aspects of your brain, there's more, are always there, but this sequential breathing allows you to calm your nervous system. And there's power in that because you can't respond to a situation if your lid is flipped. So you want to bring this back so you can regulate. You have that ability to reach for a higher reasoning thought. So everything that happens in your life, the reactions come from a thought. The responses come from a thought, which has cascading emotions throughout your body. Please put in the comments if this is resonating with you. Can you relate to a time when you flipped your lid, and then also to a time when you were able to pause? The power of the pause is essential, especially in these times that are just so heightened. So let me know. Yes, okay, great. Thank you, Shaddai. So how do you pause? You create these times in your life. So now, maybe you are super busy. Yes, for both. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Beverly. It's so helpful when I hear from you. I know that this is landing. I know that it's that you can relate to this, because more than anything, I want to make sure that you leave our time together. Yes, that you leave our time together fortified. It doesn't mean anything to me to just get up here and just talk. I really want to make sure that you leave with something that you can apply. And maybe this is a reminder. Maybe you already know this, but I know for me that when I pause, like you've taken these 30 minutes to step away from your regular schedule and remember to be reminded, right? So I talk a lot about minding your mind. So what does that mean? The power of the pause allows you to mind your mind. This beautiful operating system called the mind, these thoughts that course through you. How many thoughts do you receive in a day, right? This overstimulation, whether it's from these, whether it's from scrolling, whether it's from work, maybe you're at your computer all day long. I know that a lot of my work with my clients is done via Zoom. So I'm constantly, looking at a screen, and it's so important for me to pause, to fill myself up, to step away from scrolling. It's all intentional. I don't want to go down that particular rabbit hole today, but I just want to let you know that you have dominion over your thoughts. And I am going to make sure that you leave knowing how you can reclaim dominion over your thoughts, so that what comes at you, you're able to be, you're able to be like a martial arts warrior, but it's with your mind, it's with your thoughts, it's the integration of your feelings, your thoughts, and then you can respond. I saw something the other day that was so powerful. Hi, Indira. It was so powerful. It was called respondability, right? So the power of the pause gives you the respondability. So you don't have to react. That person that says something to you, you can pause. You have that ability, the respondability to center down, to, if you flip your lid, hey, happens. You're going to flip your lid one time or another, right? If you have young children or teenagers, the power of the pause is essential. If you are involved in social justice, if you are an activist of any kind, right? Just being a parent, I just want to let you know. I don't know if anybody here, I know Shaddai has a little boy, but I don't know who else the ages of your kids, or whether you're an older parent, like your kids are, or young adults, or if you have little children. But as a parent, your inherent role is that of a love activist. You have said yes out of love to advocate for your children. So that means you might go up to the school board, you might go up to the Capitol, you might do that in your family. Part of this power of the pause is that you get to unhook from the legacy of your family patterning. But if you don't know what it is, it's very difficult to shift. Thank you, Carol. So when you are engaged and involved from parenting hands-on or adult parenting, and you get involved in social justice, if you don't have the presence of mind, you are just going to be pulled. You're going to be pulled with whatever the thread of the emotion is. That's why you've heard talked about probably mob mentality. It's really a frequency. So you, through the power of the pause, you get to reset your thermostat. You get to reset and to declare what your frequency is going to be. What I can tell you is love is the highest vibrational frequency. And I'm not talking about greeting card love. I am talking about the love of this creator that literally births and sustains galaxies, right? That you have the opportunity to go into a situation and be that place and space of love. So whether you're standing on the streets, whether you're in the school board, whether you're just home, and I don't mean just, because being home, being a householder and being that person that organizes, you're the project manager for your family, that is a lot of energy. And I absolutely honor that. Or whether you're a working parent. So from any different phase, when you have equanimity and equipoise, you have the ability to respond rather than react. You also have the ability to forgive yourself. So the power of the pause for today, I want you to write down in your workbook, what jumped out for you today? What landed? What will you do today to begin to integrate the power of the pause? So 20 minutes, right? And if all you can do is 5, I want to give you a hack that I tell my clients. It's called Take 5, right? So if you've been around the industry, the entertainment industry, there's this, okay, we're going to take 5, right? If you're at a shoot, if you're doing something, you take 5. So here's my soulful take 5. In the morning, unless you have to use the restroom, before your feet hit the ground, I want you to take your journal. I have a ton of them around here. So take your journal, okay? And I want you to write stream of consciousness, whatever is on your mind, whatever comes up. Because we go to sleep, you can program your sleep, your dream time. When you wake up, I want you to just write down, because sometimes, have you ever woken up and you're just full, lots of thoughts? You know, I have movie dreams. I don't know if anybody else here has movie dreams, but I have movie dreams. So my dream time is usually very active. Sometimes it's prophetic, and sometimes it's just I'm working, you know, we're working stuff out. So you take your journal and you just write. You don't look back. You're not editing. You're just writing. You do that. Now, if you can do 3 pages, just do 3 pages. And then take a few moments, because remember, it's the power of the pause. You're setting your day. So maybe for some, you're just setting the morning, and then you can reset midday and then reset the evening. You get to design it, but this is about the power of the pause. So you write 3 pages, stream of consciousness, and then you sit for a few moments. Maybe it's 2 minutes. Maybe it took you 3 minutes to write those pages. And I invite you to set an intention. So an intention is a declarative statement of declaration of what you want to embody for the next couple of hours or for the day. My intention is to be a place of grace. My intention is to be patient. My intention is to pause when flooded or triggered. So you set that intention, and then you go about your day. During the day, at any time, you start to feel a little off, somebody said something, you read something, take 5. Take 5, set your phone, close your eyes, move your awareness into your heart, and breathe for just 5 minutes. And then before you go to sleep, 5 minutes. What did you do during the day that you felt good about? You can think of this as your self-appreciation. You can think about this as what you're grateful for. It's so helpful to go into your dream time, completing the day. Are you willing to do that, my friends, for the next 5 days on this journey? Are you willing to take 5 and to begin to set up your power of the pause? You can leave me a comment. You can send me an email. Yes, awesome. Because this is how you can scientifically support. Beautiful. You can support your transformation. You can see it, right? So many times there can be questions about how effective is the power of the pause or the power of intention. I am telling you that if you are interested in changing the world, you begin by changing yourself. And I'm going to close our time today with something that I just love so much. It's from this book, The Conscious Activist, by James O'Day. And this is what I'm going to read to you, because this is who I believe you are. Mothers, activists, and mystics, I added the mothers, are pioneers and adventurers. You leave the safer territory of comforting spirituality and charitable service and venture to the edges of personal and social transformation. You have a degree of longing and passion that makes some people uncomfortable. You have an unsettling degree of intensity. You ache for breakthroughs. You destabilize normality. You rock the boat of acceptability. You go off the radar screen of life's prescribed trajectories only to return bursting with ecstatic insight, fiery conscience, and new codes to rouse people from a sleepy moral conformity. That's you. That's you, my friends. Thank you for being here today. I look forward to being here with you tomorrow through Friday. Please invite your friends if this was meaningful for you. And of course, send me, thank you. Send me any emails and know that I will respond as soon as I'm able to. It's been a joy to be with you. Thank you for your participation. And my pleasure. I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now. My pleasure.